everyone, today I'm going to cover 9 things you must do to become a successful software engineer. Software engineers are in high demand as they help develop the technology and applications that power our world. Software engineers write code to build programs, applications, websites, and other software tools. Sometimes they work with a team of software developers to design computer systems that run on computers or mobile phones. The best software engineers have many talents, including the ability to communicate with others in their field, such as other programmers or business leaders, and knowledge of maths and science concepts such as logic gates, Boolean algebra, and algorithm design. And if you are someone who wants to become a successful software engineer, so here are 9 things which you must do. So, let's get started. Number 1, get a foundation in computer science. You should consider getting a foundation in computer science before learning to code. Computer science is a broad field that includes programming, but it's also broader than that. Since the early 20th century, computer scientists have been working on issues like automating human labor and making machines more efficient at solving problems. Computer science has applications in other fields too, like data science, the study of extracting information from large data sets, and artificial intelligence. If you want to work at Facebook or Google, 2 companies that are known for hiring many software engineers, you will want to be familiar with these concepts as well as basic coding skills. Number 2, choose your programming language. Choosing a programming language is an important decision, so you should consider several factors when picking one. First and foremost, you should choose a programming language that interests you and that is relevant to the type of software development job you want. This will be the language in which your first few projects will be written and therefore require some careful concentration before making a commitment. For example, if you are interested in web development, learning HTML or CSS might make more sense than learning C++ or Object-C. The later 2 languages are far more difficult to pick up. Additionally, consider whether or not there are enough resources available for learning this new language of yours. If there aren't enough resources out there already, then chances are it's not very popular yet and won't provide as much career security later on down the line, just because it's still being developed as well as other languages may have been by then. Number 3, learn to debug. Debugging is the process of finding and fixing bugs in software. When you debug, you are essentially figuring out how to make something work by going through each section of code and checking what it does. If you don't know how to debug, here's a tip. Start with the last thing that happened before your problem appeared, that is the last step. That way, if something goes wrong again later on in your code, after you have fixed one bug, it will be easier for you to figure out why, since there won't be as much code between where things went wrong and where they went right before that point. Also, keep in mind that debugging is part of science. You need some knowledge about how computers work and part art. There are no guarantees when it comes down to solving problems. Number 4, read code written by others. Reading other people's code is one of the best ways to learn how to write good, clean code. By reading existing projects and looking at their structures, you can figure out what makes a good block of code and how you should organize it for readability. Reading someone else's project will also help you learn new programming concepts that may not be covered in class or by your mentor. There are many resources online where developers post their projects so that others can see what they have done. Reading these projects is an excellent way to expand your knowledge base without having to write a plethora of programs yourself. Additionally, reading other people's source code allows you to pick up new technologies or tools being used by other software engineers in different industries. Number 5, work with a mentor. If you are going to be a software engineer, have a mentor. A mentor can help you learn and grow. They can also provide career advice, job search assistance, networking opportunities, or even improve your skills. Find someone who is an expert in their field and ask them if they would be willing to help guide your career as a software engineer. Number 6, contribute to open source projects. Contributing to open source projects is one of the best ways you can learn how to code. You will learn a lot about the software development process, the technology you are using, and how to work with other people. You should find a project that interests you, even if it doesn't seem like an obvious fit for your situation. For example, if you are interested in artificial intelligence but don't have any access to cutting-edge hardware or datasets yet, look at some of the open source machine learning libraries out there like TensorFlow. If they aren't perfect matches for what you want, and they probably won't be, see if there are ways that minor tweaks could solve problems that exist in their design. Then submit them as pull requests. Number 7. Join a study group with co-workers or classmates. If you are new to the software engineering field, joining a study group with co-workers or classmates can be of great benefit. You'll be able to learn from each other and help each other in your studies. You can share resources and compare notes with fellow students. The most important reason for doing this is that it keeps motivation levels high. When one of your peers does well on an exam, it will encourage you to study harder for the next one. Number 8. Participate in a programming contest. Enter a programming competition. This is a great way to test your skills, learn new things, and improve your resume. Some competitions require that you work in a team while others don't. They can help you learn how to work on projects with people who have different skill sets than yourself, which is important when interviewing for software engineering jobs. You'll also get exposure to new technologies that may not be used at your current job or school. This will make it easier for you to adapt when applying for other positions later down the road. Number 9. Attending a coding conference. It's important to attend a coding conference or two because they are so beneficial. You will meet other software engineers who are interested in the same things as you, and they can help you with your career. At conferences, you will also learn new things that will help you become a better engineer, such as how to present your work in front of an audience or network with others. So, at last, to become a good software engineer, you must be dedicated and hardworking. You need to be willing to learn new things, take risks, and fail. You need to be persistent. Even if something doesn't go on your way the first time, keep trying until it does. In order to succeed as a software engineer, you must have a good attitude towards learning and working with others. When you're first getting started, it can be tempting to try to skip the basics and just dive right into the fun parts of coding. But if you want to become a good engineer, learning how things work from top to bottom is crucial. So don't be afraid of doing some grunt work now. It will pay off in the long run. So, with this we end our research on 9 things you must do to become a successful software engineer. We hope you were able to understand more clearly about them and opt for the one which suits you the best. Wish you happy learning.